Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Yesterday, Tifa research firm released an opinion poll about the popularity of presidential candidates in Nairobi. A poll Raila got 50%, Ruto had 25%, and Wajackoya had 7%. And from the poll, it's clear Raila's popularity and that of Wajackoya are actually rising as William Ruto's popularity declines. So today, David Murathe was at an interview, and when asked about Wajackoya's popularity, he made it clear that Wajackoya's popularity is actually a threat to William Ruto's presidential bid. And that's a story that has also been captured by The Star. The Star. Murathe said Wajackoya's popularity was posing a threat to Ruto and not Azimio. Why Ruto should be worried about Wajackoya, Murathe. And if you go through that story, it's just exposing, or rather, Murathe is alleging that the people who are supporting Wajackoya are mostly the youths who are a little bit excited about some kind of narratives, same to William Ruto. So Murathe believes that a rising Wajackoya's popularity is a threat to William Ruto. And I fully agree with David Murathe on that. And that's an analysis we did in details in our yesterday's videos. So in this video, I want us to answer only one question. Can Wajackoya's popularity, or rather can Wajackoya's presidential bid force a runoff? That's what I want us to answer in this video right now. And I want us to answer that question because upon Kalonzo Musyoka, Mudavadi and Wetangula supporting leading presidential candidates, it was assumed that now the race is a two-horse race between Raila and William Ruto. But all of a sudden, we are seeing the emergence of George Wajackoya. So the question begs, can Wajackoya force a runoff? That's what I want us to answer in this video right now. But before we do that, in case you are watching us for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. I believe that a runoff is only possible if the competing candidates, or rather the contestants, are almost neck to neck. In that situation, there can be a runoff when there is no clear favorite to win that election. But if you look at this year's presidential election, we have 4 presidential candidates. We have Raila, Ruto, Wajackoya, and this one, Wahiga. And if you look at Raila and William Ruto, as time goes by, we are seeing Raila Odinga opening a very wide margin between him and William Ruto. And from the yesterday's opinion poll that was done in Nairobi, Raila had 50%, Ruto had 25%. And if you want to know the mood of the country, do an opinion poll in Nairobi. And I'm saying that based on the past presidential election results we have seen. The kind of a percentage Raila was actually getting in the polls were almost similar to what Raila used to get in the city, only that we were being told of some kind of riggings. But Raila leading in Nairobi in those previous polls is an indication and shows that even nationally, Raila was actually leading in the presidential votes. So if you want to know the popularity of these candidates, just do an opinion poll in the city. And from the opinion poll that was released yesterday by TIFA, Raila had 50, Ruto 25%. An indication that if an election was to be done today, a presidential election, Raila's support or other votes would double that of William Ruto. In the event Raila gets 60%, Ruto would get around 30%. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So as it is right now, if Kenyans were to go to the election, or rather to the ballot to cast their votes, I'm seeing a situation where Raila's votes will double that of William Ruto. And I'm also saying that because if also you look at other opinion polls that have been released recently, a good number of them are indicating Raila in the highs, in the 50s and in the highs of 40s. That's what we are seeing from these opinion polls, the recent opinion polls. And if you look at the trends, they are clearly showing a Raila rising and a William Ruto declining. So in the next weeks, or rather in the next 3, 4 or so weeks, it's almost very certain and clear Raila Odinga shall have widened his lead over William Ruto. And now back to the issue of George Wajackoya. Can he force a runoff? My answer is a very big no. George Wajackoya cannot force a runoff. And I'm saying that because something tells me very strongly that the kind of a popularity George Wajackoya is currently getting, that's just a sensation. Something that as time goes by, or rather as things settle, he's most likely going to lose that kind of a popularity. It's just a passing kind of a sensation. And largely that has been the kind of support William Ruto has all along been enjoying. It's a support that was just based on maybe sensation. William Ruto came up with nice narratives, dynasties versus hustlers, bottoms up. So a good number of maybe youths might have gotten attracted to that. But as now that narrative dies down, they also abandon William Ruto. The same case I'm seeing with Wajackoya. As his narrative dies down, rather fades, he's going to lose that kind of a support. But even if it does not fade, I don't think Wajackoya, in my honest opinion, nationally I don't think Wajackoya can get more than 2% in a presidential vote. I don't think. And I'm saying that because we still remember Kalonzo Musyoka in the year 2007, with all the Kamba support and the support Kalonzo Musyoka enjoyed nationally, Kalonzo could only manage to get around 8%. So with Wajackoya, a person I'm seeing clearly does not have any kind of a following, or other constituency can actually say that if I contest, this is my constituency. I'm not seeing Wajackoya going beyond 2%. Yes, that's just a rough estimate. I'm not seeing him making a very big impact. So for him to force a runoff will actually be very, very hard. It's something that is almost close to impossibility. And also if you look at Wajackoya, I honestly believe again that Wajackoya, from the kind of the style he's doing his campaigns, I don't think he will also sustain that kind of a campaign. Yes, he won't be able to sustain it. Because so far I'm just seeing him maybe enjoying himself in some clubs. And then now he thinks that he's now popular. I don't think he will sustain that kind of a campaign style, and whether it can also resonate to the ground. And also some Kenyans, I've been hearing some Kenyans talking, or rather saying Wajackoya can force a runoff. The truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, if you are keen about these people talking of Wajackoya forcing a runoff, most definitely they might be William Ruto supporters. Yes, they might be William Ruto supporters, all those who have not made up their minds on who they will vote for. A Raila supporter, you know, Raila has a fanatical support, or rather fanatical supporters. Raila supporters are supporting Raila Odinga because they believe in him. So even if Wajackoya was to be on the rise, Raila supporters, in my honest opinion, I'm seeing Raila's support base remaining largely intact. But William Ruto's support base can actually be disturbed as a result of Wajackoya's candidature, but not Raila Odinga. So I believe George Wajackoya cannot actually force a runoff. And also I'm saying that because as time goes by, I'm seeing Raila's popularity maybe even ranging in the highs of 50s or even in the 60s. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So for Wajackoya to force a runoff, that's something I'm not just seeing. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did indicate when I was starting, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans, our subscribers here, I'm very much humbled for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. And to any other person watching us outside Kenya for the very first time, kindly drop a comment. Let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And if possible again, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.